Yeah, that's because I got this mic plugged up. So when I walk away, y'all can hear me. It turned off. I don't know if it died or whatnot. Damn, I lost my 2 followers, kid. I lost my 2 viewers, kid. That's cool. The real one stayed until the problem got fixed. I was about to say, yo, it felt like the sun sitting right on top of me, and it is. Like, this is crazy. Oh, nah, yo, cuz, don't fly off now. After I done came down here, after you said you and told me the fish was down here, cuz. Oh, fish almost grabbed me. Yeah, he gonna tell me the fish was down here and then gonna leave. What kind of bullshit is that? Uh, I had some free time come upon me, so like, you know what I mean? What better way to spend the time than hitting the bank, I guess. But whole time now I gotta use this bait that I got now because I told my homie we gonna take him I'm gonna take him and his son bait fishing. Well, I ain't telling him that we was going bait fishing, but I told him that I'd take him fishing tonight. Jeremy, what up, bro? Yeah, I told bro I'd take him and his son fishing tonight. He don't know we going bait fishing so I can get bait. You know what I mean? You gotta start somewhere. There ain't no better way to start out catching bait for somebody that I lost my stay alive stringer. I can't. You know what I mean, I lost a lot of somewhat important shit when dude pull my cart over. Yeah, so I don't got no way to show no fish. I couldn't even put my fish on a scale. And if it wasn't for Petty Ed grabbing those popping out and grabbing those rigs from me and fishing with me for a little bit, I wouldn't have been able to I wouldn't have been able to weigh that fish from last night. What up, Fat boy 1738? You chilling, bro. We got 3 fish on the board, all on the green rod. Um We just caught 2 fish not too long ago. Lost one before we came down here, and y'all know I lost him right at the bank. They don't never want to come off the hook getting reeled. Then they always want to come off at the bank. But I had my spool. I tightened my spool while I was reeling down, and I ain't notice it. So you know what I mean, when he did that little shake, you know what I mean, is your rig on that ride? Yes, sir. All fish was caught on the got one rig. The flathead took both of the rigs last night. Yeah, I mean the channel. Well, this morning, early this morning. Let me not say last night. This morning, because it was at 1 o'clock. I caught that fish. So yeah. So yeah, that fish got the flathead took both of the hooks this morning. The channel took both the channels took one hook. Yeah, you know what I mean, just a couple minutes ago. Was that you who got your lines caught on the boat? Yeah, that was me, my guy. What's up? What's up, fishing with fat? Yeah, that's me. Yours truly got one fishing 717, aka Derek. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean, uh, 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 I got a boat to swing out earlier. Yeah, I mean, I had to walk down. I had to walk down to the steps. I'm gonna show y'all because I don't got my little backup 3000 on me. But I walked down to the steps with this on my side. Like I wish you would run into my lines, cuz I don't care who's on that boat with you. I'ma throw this joint and I'm packing up and I'm going home. Like I really can I really can care less. Like as much as you care about my lines and me on the bank is as much as I care as who I hit with this sinker. Yeah, I seen that on Facebook. Said that as me, said as man, people gotta give bank fishermen more space, bro. That's why they're supposed to be 100 feet out. You know what I mean? No matter if this is the channel or not, that's why they're supposed to be 100 feet out. You know what I mean? And if you really want to be technical, from here all the way down to the dam is considered the channel. If you ask me, you know what I mean. So for him to blatantly disrespect the bank, and then like you see us standing right there, you see the rides in the joint, like yeah, like it was just a show of disrespect for real. And I hate that I'm a stoop to their level, but I'm definitely going to stoop to their level. They got all that water we can only cast so far, man. Everybody telling me I should have tilted my rods down. I should have reeled my rods in. I shouldn't even have had to move my rods, bro. I shouldn't even have had to have the slightest concern that you was just going blatantly run through my shit. Pause. That was definitely a pause. That was definitely a pause. Damn. That definitely meant for a pause after that sentence. But like yeah, like yeah, yo, cuz like that shit dumb. You know what I mean? And this is what I be saying about the boaters and why I dislike some of them. Like, you know what I mean? The disrespect in that aspect, like you ain't never fish on the bank. And yeah, I just find it disrespectful and the lack of love for fishing. Nah, yeah, somebody pulled my one dude pulled my rods in the water and shit. Bro seeing my shit on Facebook. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for following me on TikTok. Or coming through on TikTok, you hear me? You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, cause that's some bullshit, bro. But nonetheless, I got my rides back. I would have been sick if he would have dragged my rides down river because two of the rides was a hog hunter was hog hunter rides, and the other ride was a mad cat ride. Like, you know what I mean? I definitely would have been sick if those two hog hunter rides would have went up river with them. I would have been pissed, bro. Three reasons. And the third reason is well, you already know the first two reasons. You know what I mean? The third reason is I can't get those rods. Like, you know what I mean? And if somebody was to sell those rods, you know what I mean, they taxing because I'm taxing. You know what I mean? So yeah, nah, you know what I mean, I need my rods back. I can deal with the electronics, you know what I mean? I could deal with the scale, I could deal with the chargers, you know what I mean? I could deal with the dumb shit, you feel me? I could deal with the shit that's easily replaceable. But you pulling my rods in and you flying past me, that's where I had to sign that. Yeah, 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 cause a different time and a different mindset, but the willing to fish, oh yeah, it would have been another story. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just would have been another story because I wouldn't have cared. You know what I mean? Even with me holding on to that anger and taking that bop all the way to City Island, you know what I mean? Like that would have just been pure anger. That's like this guy. Like, you know what I mean? He came in from down there, but he's riding the island. We're so hard with that. Like, caught any fish today? Yeah, we caught three. We caught three and lost one. I do both, and I seen the disrespect. Yeah, and the video was more or less to put the awareness out there. Like, yo, bro, one, y'all definitely riding the bank too close, and not only is y'all riding the bank too close, when I got in the water, like that's crazy. He did all that to shoot across the water, bro. Like these niggas is ignorant, cuz He did all. He came all the way across the river to shoot this way, and now look at him. Now he's going right back out. What was the whole point of that? Fuck you and your boat, bro. And this is no disrespect to the boaters that, you know what I mean, got love for the bank, but like, you know what I mean, that's disrespectful as hell, bro. Like that shit just made me mad. And if he would have came down here, y'all would have seen me walk in front of my cars with something in my hand. I swear to God. Just because, like, yo, bro, like, why you gotta be disrespectful coming through here? You know what I mean? One, you are moving all the fish doing that. You know what I mean? So you're basically saying, no matter how you look at it, no matter if you hit the rods or not, you really just saying, forget me fishing. Like, you know what I mean? You going to disturb, you going up bring a weight. You going to move fish because your boat is moving the water. Like, yeah, yo, bro, you just being disrespectful all the way around the board. What you using for bait? I got bullheads. I got two live bullheads. I got one on the orange rod. I got live bluegill on the pink rod, and I got cut bait on the green rod. Cut bluegill on the green rod. On the hook, what's up with y'all? Yo, it's your boy Got One Fishing 717, aka Derek. For those that don't know, you know what I mean, we in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on the Susquehanna River. We going out the channels and flatheads. We got a flathead early morning, 11 pounds. We just got two channels not too long ago, roughly like 30 minutes ago. We missed the channel like 10, maybe, 10 minutes is kind of pushing it, maybe 15 minutes ago. We lost the channel. You know what I mean? So we moved down river in the way that he swam, and the bird was saying, "What up, bro? Come down here. The fish is down here." So I came where the bird was posted up at. You know what I mean? Now we just waiting again for another rod to get hit. So there go a quick little rundown of what just happened. But yeah, we was talking about this boater tipping my cart over and taking my rods in the water, and the blatant disrespect of the people on the bank, and we're gonna say it for what it is, the people in the water. Cause what really got me tight is when I got in the water to grab my rods, and that boat came past me to where his co-captain that was sitting on the side, I could have gave him a high five. Like that's how close to the bank they was. I only walked 30 feet out. I like my maybe 40. My feet's not that big. I got a size 14. I didn't walk that far out to retrieve my rods. And my rods ended up right in the back of his boot. I appreciate that, Daryl Williams. I want to fish the Susquehanna guy tell water rat to let me put it on the calendar, laugh out loud. Yeah, and I sort of kind of know a couple decent spots, you feel me? And with me about to get my license, I go for my license on the 22nd, I think, on Tuesday at 8:45, but it's at 9:15, you feel me? But yeah, I mean, we want to try to knock that joint out the park for real, for real. So I'm working on my hand over hand and my push and pull, you know what I mean, on my turn, and everything else is good. I gotta work on slowing down to my stops too, cause I be driving like I got my license and I really don't. So I really gotta act like that. I've been trying to practice to get my driver's test and my driver's license, and not act like I've been driving for what 10, 12 years without a license. We got three on the bank and we missed one not too long ago. One flathead, two channels. We using bull. We got a live bullhead on the orange rod, cut bluegill on the green rod, live bluegill on the pink rod. Each fish hit the cut bait, and it was all on the green rod. Even last night, you know what I mean. Now I did go home. I did go holler at a client this morning, so you know what I mean. I don't know if that count for one fishing trip, and then this is the second one, but I'm counting all those fish because it was all in the same day. You know what I mean, between 12 and now. So you know what I mean. Like yeah, I got three fish on the board. The only thing I did was when I went home and decided on popping out is I brought my medium action rods out here instead of my other two green rods. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. That's how we talk to the catfish around here. Yo, y'all ain't see me drop and get yo. So last night, right? I was in Petty Ed's live, right? He was live. I was live too, but my camera wasn't in. Well, my camera wasn't in view, or I wasn't in camera view. So before I popped the live, I told his chat that, oh, if I catch a fish, I got him with 60 push-ups. Tell me why I gave him the 60 instantly, cuz. Yeah, I mean, I tried to give him a warning that they was going to be kind of tight, but yeah, I got right on the ground, 30 instantly, 20 more. Yeah, I mean, that shit was funny as hell. I wish I would have got it on my drum, but I'm gonna get y'all one day. I'm gonna wait till y'all forget about it. LaShawn Jones, what's up? What's up? I heard Petty Ed just was scrolling my FYP. Yeah, he funny as shit, yo. He funny as hell. His chat hella petty. Yeah, his chat had me say something that made him turn his phone off last night. You know what I mean? Because they be talking backwards in the chat, and that shit had me messed all the way up. And I said a certain word that I wasn't supposed to say. Yeah, Riverside Mafia. What up? We had 3 fish on the board, 1 flathead, 2 channels. We lost one not too long ago, so we came in the way he was swimming. You know what I mean? Some guys moved in my spot. I appreciate those gifts, my guy. Some guy came in my spot, one of my spots, so I'm gonna have to walk down a little bit further when I decide to pack up and leave. Cause I don't if don't nothing hit right here, I'm gonna just walk back down for real, and I'm probably going to use my last baits closer to the back where I was for real, for real. Uh, I'll be out as soon as I clock out. Facts. All we have here in northern Michigan is flatheads and channel cats, no blues. Yeah, we don't got no blues here neither. Flatheads and channels, smallmouth, largemouth, rock bass. Some spots got crappie in it. We got bluegill, uh, musky pike. Somebody sky be fishing, and they caught a motherfucking what's that shit called, a rock bass not too long ago. Well, a striped bass. I'm gonna call its proper term because we got rock bass up here with the red eyes. So they caught a striped bass. You know what I mean, up here. Not 5 channel catfish. That's not bad. That's not bad, LaShawn. Not many blues here in the city, but I caught a nice one up north. Yeah, and that's basically what I gotta do. I gotta go south of Harris. I gotta go down south. You know what I mean? And hit Maryland up if I really want blues. But if I'm not mistaken, I can hit up Philly, and I can get blues out the Delaware River too. You know what I mean? So once I get my license in my hand, you know what I mean? I already told y'all my plan is to take a trip ASAP. You know what I mean? I am not wasting no time. I'm not playing no games. My plan is as soon as I get my driver's license, I'm taking a trip ASAP. Who I'm going to see, you're going to know when I get to your city, cuz. Any luck? Yeah, we got 3 on the bank, Richie. What's up? Yeah, we lost one too not too long ago, but we try and shake back, you know what I mean, and redeem ourselves. But I take the 2 back to back. So basically, so this is how it happened. I threw all the rods out. As soon as I got settled, the green rod got hit. Boom. Threw that back out. I say roughly 5 to 10, between that 5 to 10 minute mark, that joint got hit again. You know what I mean? And before I moved down, it got hit again and it popped off at the bank. So I think the green ride is going to be it, and it's sad to say that it took me this long to figure out what ride I was going to rock out with for the rest of the season. But yeah, well, I'm gonna mix them up still, but the green rides is going to be my primary ride that y'all see me with since they, you know what I mean, showing off out of everything. So, did you catch anything today, or just have some bites? Ben Alfred Letts. We don't get bites, my boy. We either going to catch them or we not. You know what I mean? And that's the simplest way of putting them. We either going to catch them or we ain't going to catch them. You know what I mean? And if anybody are regular in here, they can tell you if that's a lie or not. We either going to catch them or we not. We're not going to get. We're not going to come out here and get bites and not hook up or yeah, it's just that we're not going to come out here and get bites and not hook up because that's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? I got way too many hooks in my bag for that to happen. I got way too many rigs in my bag for that to happen. So yeah, we're never going to come out and just be getting nibbled all day. Pause. You know what I mean? That's not what we going to be doing, folks. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, ain't no hard feelings. You know what I mean, I was just. Now, if you felt some type of way about how I answered the question, I do apologize. But I was just answering your question for real, for real. Now, if it came out in me being a smart ass, I do apologize. But I didn't mean it in a smart way. More of a jokingly matter, like yeah, yo, like we don't come out here and get nibbles. It's either we gonna catch something or we not. Gotta do work things. Good luck. I appreciate you, Riviera Mafia. Riverside Mafia, yeah. It's it said where you had fish or not. I didn't see the fish, so that's why I asked. Cause I just oh yeah, yeah. No problem, no problem. Yeah, we got I caught a flathead early, like around 1 o'clock. I caught an 11 pound flathead, and then I had some things that I had some running around to do this morning, so I packed up around like 3:30. Got a couple hours of sleep, woke up, did what I had to do. You know what I mean? Let my phone charge back up some, came back out, booked two fish. The third fish got off. I would be able to show y'all, but this boater took my cart in the took my bag in the water. You're fine. This boater took my bag in the water. He flipped my cart over and some stuff fell in the water. Rods went in the water, and I didn't know my stay alive stringer wasn't in my bag, or I definitely would have stayed and tried to look for it because that's more important than anything else that potentially got damaged other than my scale. I could have used my scale right about now. But nonetheless, we got a new scale coming. I gotta get some more chargers. I gotta get some more battery packs. But nonetheless, you know what I mean, they ain't stopped nothing. I got the stuff that matters back. And I ain't get out of character. I just had a little temper tantrum, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, that joint made that shit had me hot. Let me get this water. What time is it? 3:48. Okay, I got you. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but yeah. My name got one fishing 717, aka Derek. I'm fishing in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on the Susquehanna River. As you heard, I do got three fish on the board, a flathead and two channels. You know what I mean? The weight of the two channels is unknown due to the scale situation. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we gonna get out here and try to get on some more bait. On this ride, we got bullhead, cut bluegill, live bluegill. We got a bullhead in the cooler, and we got one more bluegill in the cooler. So yeah, I mean, we going to use this up. We gonna go out tonight. We gonna catch some more bait. You know what I mean? And we gonna possibly pop out tomorrow night or Thursday night. I mean, all depending. I don't know. So what is your answer preferred bait for flatheads and channels? Me personally, it all depends on now. What I noticed is it all depends on the time of the year for certain baits. So like I for instance, shad just had got legalized in our waterway for us to use. So when I seen that, I started using shad while it was cold outside. I was booking fish left and right. I was unaware when the water temp heated up, the shad bite was going to stop. So with the shad bite stopping and slowing up, I had to cut back to the old resources: live bluegill, cut bluegill, live rock bass, cut rock bass, bullheads, things of that nature. So me personally, channels that eat whatever they'll eat: shrimp, chicken, you know what I mean, chicken gizzards, you feel me? So it's just all about what you got and what you can get on hand for real, for real. And me personally, even when I get bait, I like to get a variety of bait. I just don't like to target one species of bait. So like the bluegill, the bullhead, you feel me? Like all that, that's the variety that I may need. And then if I got extra skinless chicken thighs in the crib, I may sauce those up into some Kool-Aid. Especially if you peel that shell off. You feel me? So it all depends on what you're doing, and what it all depends on the season you fishing, and how you're fishing, hook size and all that stuff really matters for real, for real. What's up, Hockey? So like yeah, like around this time, I normally use fresh cut bait, fresh live bait, majority. Um I would use some garlic, some Kool-Aid garlic chicken if I had it, shrimp if I wanted to deal with it. But I'm me personally, I'm trying to get into the habit of not buying bait as much, to where the store bought bait and even bait from other guys, you feel me? And, no offense, no offense, wow, you know what I mean? But yeah, you like that joint caught it definitely tap your pockets a little bit, especially when you fish as much as I fish, when I got the time, you feel me? So buying the bait, you know what I mean, even buying worms, like I highly dislike buying worms now that I know how to throw a cast net. You know what I mean? I'd rather spend 2-3 hours throwing a cast net, yeah, I mean, getting hella shad and trying to find a school of bluegills or a school of bullheads, you know what I mean, or something different to where I can keep them alive. But oh shoot, I'm glad I ain't dropped that off my hat. But you know what I mean, we gonna get two more cast nets though. We gonna get a 7 foot cast net and we're gonna get a 10 foot cast net. And as I get comfortable with the 7 foot cast, as I get more comfortable with the 7 foot cast net, I'm gonna practice with the 10 foot cast net. And depending on how that go, I hope he got real good commands on his dog. Oh yeah, he good. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get a 7 foot and we're gonna get a 10 foot, and we're going, you know what I mean, try to see if me hitting a wider diameter is why I wasn't getting on no bluegills for real, and then I can really practice on getting the distance on a cast net. But yeah, I normally get like 90 shad, like either between 40 to 90 shad at a time when I be going out. The most I had at one time was like 60 to 70 shad, because I had like 5 bags with like 15 to 20 shad in it. In all various sizes: big, medium, small. You know what I mean? Joints that you would double the hook through. You feel me? Somebody even suggested that I should start selling bait. Do you need a permit to throw the net? Yeah. And bullheads for bait, especially for flatheads, the live bait, yep. People live feed like boys from Tennessee. They use a lot of cut bait and live bait. Yeah, cut bait and live bait is people's main go to, and a lot of people will tell you live bait is the way to go when going for flatheads. But I haven't caught many flatheads, but the flatheads that I did catch was majority caught off of cut bait. You know what I mean? My first flathead was a 20-pound flathead. It was caught off of a fillet rock bass. You know what I mean? I had people catch flatheads. I know people that caught flatheads off of worms. It's just all about what they want in that time frame, for real. So like I said, like having that variety of bait coming out definitely is a plus in the arsenal. You know what I mean? That's like that's like going to an altercation. Somebody got water pistols and you got RPG. You know what I mean? Who really gonna win that fight in all reality? You know what I mean? So with you being prepared for it, you know what I mean, throughout the time of you fishing, you go through your bait, see what you might get a hit on, you might get a nibble on something, you might need to downsize your hook. You know what I mean? So having different size hooks come into play, being at different lengths in the river come into play. You might want to have a rod short, medium, and have a rod casted way out there just to see if they in close, if they in some type of nearness, or if they far out there. Have a rod to where you can play with the water depth. You feel me? You can allow your hook to raise in the water depth. You can have one laying on the ground, and you can have one stationary in the spot. You know what I mean? What rods and reels are you using? Mad Cats. MadCatGear.com. PTF gets PTF 15, say you 15%. 717 SRT, what it do, my boy? So, you know what I mean? When it come down to bait, you know what I mean? Me personally, I say, ain't nothing wrong with having too much bait as long as you're prepared to have that bait. Like your live bait, you want to make sure you got somewhat fresh water in there. Your cut bait, you want to make sure it's on ice. Me personally, my cut bait, I like coming outside with it slightly frozen so it lasts slightly longer. You feel me? Even with your worms, you want your worms to last, or you want them in a cool environment. I got a worm shack from off of TikTok. I keep them in there. They stay alive way longer than them staying alive in a regular container. You know what I mean? So it's like certain tricks and trades that you just got you got, you know what I mean, grow accustomed to. A lot of people say I got a lot of shit when I come out fishing, but everything play its part, you know what I mean? Like my cooler right there, for instance. That's not my bait cooler, but that's my bait cooler. That's my live well that I keep in my house. Because I didn't feel like transferring no water, and if I would have put water from the faucet into my bucket, it wouldn't have had the proper oxygen for them to be in there. So they 9 times out of 10 they would have died. With me being out here, especially with me being in the heat, they just would have got stressed out. So I kept them in the natural water that they've been in. That water been getting oxygen for what, 4 days now. You know what I mean? So that water got plenty of oxygen in it. If anything, the water needs to be swapped out, but that's coming out when I leave, because I'm gonna use those two live baits in there, and I'm gonna go get fresh bait tonight. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? And I won't be catfishing after I get bait. Like I'm going in the house. Like you know what I mean? And I like it like that. Like I like getting bait one night, going catfishing the next night or the night after. I don't feel tired. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like I'm missing fish, going fishing at a later time than I really want to. It's just so much that account to me doing what I do. But for those that's joining in, though, we got 3 fish on the bank, 11-pound flathead that we caught early this morning, and 2 channels. I don't got no scale, so I didn't get the weight on. I couldn't get the weight on those. And then we lost a channel. We waiting on another fish to hit for real, for real. I'm about to check the pink rod and the green rod, but I'm gonna check the green rod first. And if that's next, if that bait's done for, I'm gonna reel in the pink rod. I'm gonna turn that bait into cut bait, and then I'm gonna put that live bluegill on that pink rod, cast that out, put the cut bait back on the green rod, and cast that back out in the middle. This wind feel lovely. I wish the sun to go behind the cloud though, dog. Doggy dog. But oh yeah, MP Rigs in the TikTok shop, or if you go to my page and click the link in my bio and use promo code G1F717, save you 10% on some rigs and some merch, man. It's not well, I'm affiliated with the rigs, so it's my rigs too. You feel me? We got some MP rigs up there. We got some MP merch, and very soon I'm gonna try to talk to him and see if I can get my rigs up there. You know what I mean? And that's just because I got my rigs on hand. You know what I mean? I do the rigs on hand and I do the merch per order. I mean, I'd rather sit on the rigs because I can use the rigs. I don't want to sit on no merchandise for real, y'all. And maybe if I get the merchandise will move. You know what I mean? Who's to know? Maybe I have a put up a post right one day and see who wants me to get a small bulk order or some shit. But I know when it get decent outside, I got something slick for y'all. You know what I mean? I got something slick for us. November, October, and September fishermen and fisher ladies, fisher women, however you want to say. However y'all want to, you know what I mean, express yourselves. You know what I mean? My young females, my young ladies. My bad. But yeah, I got something lined up for that time. But I definitely was thinking about getting something lined up to where I can have on hand for y'all. And if y'all didn't pay attention to the post, or if y'all didn't see the post yet, if y'all go to my page and look at the pin profile of the flyer, I'm having a 3K follower giveaway. I reached 3K followers and 30K likes. So for y'all love and support for your boy, I'ma send that right back, and I'ma bless y'all with 7 to 9 rigs and the hat. You know what I mean? And, the reason why I say 7 to 9 because I didn't make my mind up on the Lady Anglers. There we go, Lady Anglers. You feel me? And I didn't make my mind up on the 2 additional rigs, but y'all may get 9 rigs and maybe 7. You feel me? By the time it comes for me to give the rigs up and the hat up, I have my mind made up, and it'd be a surprise in the box. You feel me? But yeah, go look at the post, and then the poster where I got the hat and the rigs on the box is the rigs that's going, and the rigs that I got in hand for the person to win. But listen, y'all, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this loud and proud, and I'm saying this one time and one time only because it says it all in the post. Um, Please follow all the details in the post and in the subject section. If you want to wait to receive a number, hashtag G1F. You know what I mean? If you want to get a number ASAP, tag 2 people that is not following me. And when they follow me, I will send you a number, but you gotta tag the 2 people under the post. It is an engagement post for my followers for the views and engagement that I have, but it is also for me to get more engagement so we can keep this thing going. Do you know how much about glide baits and swim baits? Nah. And if one of my homies was here, I hand him the mic and he'll be able to tell you a little bit. That's not my specialty. I'm a brim. I fish for brim and catfish. You know what I mean? Anything else that's going to bite after that. Well, I gave a good bit of bass equipment for a fishing rod and reel. You know what I mean? And I only did it because it was for the rod that I wanted. He was trying to give me a rod that I didn't want. Nah, yo, bro, listen. The only way we gonna go through with this deal, if I get that pink legacy rod and that Firefly reel, bro. That's the only way I'm going through with the deal. 3 channels, yes sir. No, 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 no. Cat. You got me fucked up. My bad, my bad. I didn't mean that towards you, Jeff. But now we got 2 channels in the flathead. My bad. That caught me off guard. I wasn't. I just read the 3 channels out loud, and then I thought it sounded like that was my answer. And then before we came to this spot, a channel. It could have been a channel. It was light like a channel, but I really didn't get a good look at it. But it did come off like 20 yards from the bank, 10 to 20 yards from the bank. It was right there. But we want to try to get another one. We still got some bait out there. What time is this? 4:05, 4:30. We want to check the green rod and the pink rod. And we're gonna rebait them Jones. And I know the orange rod cool got that bullhead on it. We waiting for something to smack that. And I hope whatever smack it, keep my bullhead on there. Guess the flats are still spawning. Yeah, they coming in and out. You know what I mean? You know they still gotta eat, so you know what I mean. Folks are still catching them. It's just they not out plentiful how they was for real. Shoot, folks was catching 12. You know what I mean? Yeah, folks was putting up single digits, went up to high single digits, went to double digits. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? People was putting them on the board before they went in the spawn. You know what I mean? So I just think the spawn slowed them down. And then with the heat and everything, with that heat wave that just came through, I just think that slowed everything down tremendously as well too. Because the water got extremely hot. The water right here in this spot, I didn't look at it, but the last time I looked at it was 3.8 feet. You feel me? If the fish was in this area in that condition, that I can highly doubt that they was biting. You know what I mean? Due to the fact that they don't got no deep water to dive into. You know what I mean? So they really just try and find a shaded area, lay low, and wait for it to get dark for real. And that's what I would do. That's what I would have did. Cause when the sun went down, it got cooler. A little breeze came through, and that's when I would assume that they would be moving around at when that was going down. Even like now, I'm surprised that I caught the 2 fish that I did when I came back down here back to back. You know what I mean? Just because like one, I really don't fish during the day. You know what I mean? So when I do fish during the day, 9 times out of 10 is definitely in deeper water or somewhat deeper water to where the fish is more likely to be at. You know what I mean? Only if y'all had these in y'all state. This is a Harrisburg thing. But yeah, I just feel if the water was deeper, the fish will hang around in these areas a little bit longer just because they'll have something to run off to. And then at that point it's just all about casting to it and knowing where to cast. You know what I mean? Need some salty ass chips though. It's worth it though. Oh, here go another one. Me and Petty Ed having a giveaway for 20 people. He gonna pick 10 people from his followers. I'm gonna pick 10 people from my followers. And y'all gonna pick what rigs y'all want. Y'all gonna pick which 4 rigs y'all want, you know what I mean? And, we're gonna get them joints out to you. So what was that? That was 2 giveaways? I just had to break down that 1 giveaway for myself. And we gonna throw this out. Well, I'll really appreciate the help and the tips. We have a dam here in northern Michigan called Sanford. Okay, yeah. That live bait gonna be prime, should be prime bait down there. But like I said, the live bait, cut bait, and then bringing some miscellaneous bait on the side. You know what I mean? You never know what's gonna happen. And then it's all about being mindful of the time, swapping them out, you know what I mean? Not sitting on a bait too long for you trying to figure out what they want, you know what I mean? And go from there. And I'm thinking about doing a fishing tournament teamed up and I I'm gonna see if it's gonna be sponsored by Cuz, but I'm gonna say teamed up with MP Rigs for right now. And we gonna try. I'm gonna figure out the details. I got a call Cuz rap to him for real. Text messages ain't gonna cut it for me. Like to go try now, but have to don't. Do you have any particular sinkers you use? What kind of bottom do you have? Like what kind of bed bottom do you have on your in your river? Is it sand, rocky, dirt? You know what I mean? Because if you got a sandy bottom or dirt bottom, I would use pyramid sinkers or coin sinkers. Those is going to be your 2 best bets. You know what I mean? Because they're no roll and they'll bury themselves into the dirt or into the sand. Um, Now, depending on your ability to get snags out frequently, the coin sinkers may work in rocks and the pyramid sinkers may work in rocks. It's a mixer. Okay. So you may be able to get away with the standard bank sinkers for real if it's a mix. You just gotta be mindful of the cast and the difficulty it is when reeling in, I guess. Cause my river is a rocky bottom, so you can stress yourself about what sinkers you have, or you may need to fish with, or you can come up with a technique. So here, before you leave, how long you been out? I've been out for a couple hours now, but I was out about like 4 hours last. Well, this I was out. I came out around 10 o'clock. I didn't catch a fish until around 1 o'clock. I caught that flathead. I had to. I left around 3:30 ish. Got ready for got in the shower. Got ready to go meet this client at 7 o'clock. Got done with that, got in the crib, looked at my fishing rods and said, I'm going fishing, and I've been outside ever since. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna try to get this rod right here snagged. And it sound crazy, but I'm gonna try to get it snagged. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that works. All right, hold up. So here, I'm gonna show you better. I'm gonna get it to me closer, and then I'm gonna show you. Because at least if I get a snag, I can get my stuff back. That sounds smarter. All right. So we're gonna let this gentleman pass. All right. So here we're gonna bring this up here. Oh, a fish just hit. So where can I put this at? So we're gonna say. So we're gonna say it's snagged right there, right? So typically, what I would do to get my snags out, I tighten my star drag down. I'll get tension. I get looseness in my rod, and around my hook keep right there. I'll wrap my line around it, and then depending on where my line at, I will pull towards it, and then I will pull at an angle at a certain angle depending on the angle it's at. Now with this method, you may get everything back. You may just lose your hook. You know what I mean? Or you may lose everything. It's a for me, this technique is a 70-30 chance to where I'm getting everything back. 7 out of 10 times, I'm getting my line, I'm getting my hook, my sinker, I'm getting everything back. Um, yeah, so some people like to pop their rods up, some people like to pop their line. Me personally, I'd rather wrap the line around the thing, around the hook keep, and if I get it back, I get it back. You know what I mean? If I don't, I don't. If I get my sinker back, that's a plus. You feel me? I take getting my sinker back. You know what I mean? And just having to tie up a rig. So your leader line will come into play with that, just because if you just want your sinker if you just want your line to break off, go with a lighter line. But doing that will run you the risk of, if you catch a nice fish and you horse them around, you might lose that fish because the pound test for your line. You feel me? Like my leader line, I use 80-pound line for my leader line. 80-pound line for my leader line, roughly 146 to 176 pound swivels. So my rigs is basically, I want to say can is meant to withhold a strong fish. Yeah, the slingshot method is very helpful. So if you still in here, as a matter of fact, I'll show you real quick. So say like you wanted to use a standard weight at the bottom, hook somewhere in the middle of the line. You'll take a leader, right? And I will put slightly stronger, like, so say like you got a 30-pound leader on your main line. I'll do a unity uni knot, and I'll put like 50-pound line at the top of that leader and put like a 2 foot leader right there. And at that 2 foot leader, I tie this joint. I tie a 30-pound leader to it, and basically you make a loop, make a little double loop, go back through. And what this joint is, this is going to break your sinker, going to break off before your hook do. Um, when I'm fishing the bottom and I'm like in Maryland or something, and I get snagged up or something, 9 times out of 10, this is the rig that I'm using. Or it's a or my line is light period to where my sinker going to break off before anything. And I rather go through a couple sinkers, you know what I mean, sometimes. You know what I mean, rather than losing a whole bunch of tackle too. You know what I mean? Let this line out some. Let this bullhead swim out just a little bit. We don't want to give him too much because we don't want him to come down this way. We want him to swim basically out that way still, or stay where he at. I don't care as long as he don't come over to the left. I just got cuz smacking up the steps. Oh shit. That's way too tight. That's why I can't get that joint out. All right, before I do that, let me get some more gummy bears. Uh, that's good to know. I have 30-pound Cajun red for my main line and picked up 50 for my leader line. Yep. Yes, sir. Cuz got a little forehead on him. Oh yeah, I gotta fix this when I get to the house. Man, that's not on there all the way. Come here, little guy. I know if you just let me grab you, cuz. Put your hook in at an angle, right at the top of his head. That keep that hook from burying back into itself. You feel me? And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. So this is 9 times out of 10 how I hook my bluegills. Because every time I use the bluegill, my hook bury itself back into itself. Or even when I use a decent sized live bait. You know what I mean? But you put that joint slightly at an angle. So when it goes backwards, it don't go over his dorsal fin. And when it go forward, it basically go, you know what I mean? That's the best way I learned how to do that, joint. Fishing with rod. Yo, I gotta send them joints back out. They got sent back to me. They told me I ain't put enough stamps on the joint. So I'm gonna actually walk into the post office and and send them out. I was like, damn, I was trying one and done them joints. 9 times out of 10, that's why you not getting hit, little buddy. You out there swimming and shit all freely. Lock you down in a one spot. Me try and be slick and just send them joints in the envelope, but they fit though. Come on, bro. Oh damn, that shit hard as hell. Yeah, them joints came in the mail right before I walked down here. Alright. Line's not gonna move no more. Boom. And I know y'all like, damn, cuz just wiped his hands with that rag and he just sprayed his hands clean and wiped his hands with that rag again. Cuz dirty, what was the whole point? Relax. Relax. That's what this rag is for. Oh, young boy was bad as hell. She said, oh, now you coming on my jog with me today. Cuz crying. He ain't never did that a day in his life. And only they know where they came from. Let's see. Let's go back. Yeah, try and beat the system, bro. I was only trying to pay 60. What is it for 2 cents? Like 75 cents? I wasn't trying to pay much for it though. No, these gummies slap. These joints slap. Gluten free, fat free, low sodium. But these joints being healthy as a business. These joints slap. But they being hella healthy. These the best gummies. Now the little gold joints will slap us. If they wasn't so motherfucking tough, them joints feel like you chewing on stale gum. Matter of fact, like the base, like you got a mouthful of the baseball gum. You got that. This is gonna sound crazy, but got the strongest drawl on the block. Pause. All from eating gummy bears, cuz, and gummy worms. That shit was that shit used to be crazy growing up. I missed the penny store. That was the shit. These overcooked facts, like that joint look just like the outside, but yeah, I mean, I like a nice well done steak. You feel me? But it's a certain way you gotta do that joint to where so. It's a certain way you gotta cook that steak to where you can get it well done and it still hit like a medium rare steak. And some people be like, "Oh, you cook a steak well done, it's gonna be dry." Not if you know how I do it right, cuz. Not if you know how I do it right. I had a T-bone steak cooked all the way through, fell right off the bone. You know what I mean? Not right off the bone, but like it was tender to the chew, like, you know what I mean? Or not tender to the chew, but I ain't had to chew all crazy to, you know what I mean? Get that joint down the gullet. So it's definitely a technique to it, you know what I mean? And for it being dry, like, yeah, I mean, just stop cooking on high temperatures the whole time. You know what I mean? You lower that temperature, cook that joint low and slow, and then sear that joint at the end. Same results. Same results without no dry food, bro. Basing, that's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. I ain't a cook though. You know what I mean? I just like to eat. So don't take my word for it. I just like to eat. So I got two more fish whistles left. I just changed. Oh, cuz back on the joint. Yo, is the fish over here, cuz, or what? Like you came back and posted up. Like this is the spot to be at. I eat mine's medium rare. Yeah, one day, I'm gonna try a medium rare steak. One day. I don't know if it's gonna be any day soon, but one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna have a medium rare steak. And I think on my 35th birthday, it might make or break my dinner. Yeah, I mean, and I might tell cuz like, yeah, yo, come here real quick. Yeah, I need you to go throw this in that little oven that y'all got back there, like right, and you don't gotta throw it all the way through, but like open like that little door in the front of it. Well, on the side, technically, throw that joint right in there and let that joint ride out halfway through, yo. It'd be cool by the and make sure you put it on a hot plate too. You know what I mean? That hot plate going to sear the bottom of it how I like it. You know what I mean? And before you bring it out, make sure you flip it for me so like the bottom can sear a little bit. Bring the hot plate with it. You know what I mean? I know not to touch it. They will be mad at. This is why I don't go out to eat. They'll be mad at me, bro. But I got something for them when I turn 35, though. Cause you know what I mean, mm, I don't know. At this moment, I can't say I will and I won't. You know what I mean? But I know right now, you know what I mean. I take a well done steak all day long. And you want to know what I could do? I could do a well done steak right before it cracked the whole brown inside. Like if you can cook me a steak to where it just at that at that well stage and not that well, you know what I mean? If you can catch it at that well stage, that'd be good too. Blue catfish are not in the deepest part of the river. Going down the bank can be very good. I don't got blues in here, sorry. And, I ain't never catch a blue by the well, I caught one blue by the bank and I was bait fishing. I ain't never catch no blue by the bank. And iFish 939 can attest to that. What state is this? I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on the Susquehanna River. We going up the channels and flatheads. I appreciate that, Herman. You know I need it. Pause. That was crazy. Yeah, that was definitely a pause after that one. Team Fantasy, how you doing? How you doing? Alabama fishing here. Oh, okay, okay. I got nothing last night. Yeah, honestly, if I wouldn't have came out, if I wouldn't have woke up and said, "Oh yeah, I'm going fishing," like I said I wouldn't have caught nothing. But it was just so happened, like you know what I mean. I've been sitting on this bait since the fourth for real, or since the third. You know what I mean? So last night was like my make it or break it time to where if I use it, I use it. I throw it in the freezer. That's what I gotta do. I gotta do with it. For those that's just joining in, my name Got One Fish 717, aka Derek. I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on the Susquehanna River. We got 3 fish on the board, 1 loss. You know what I mean? We going after another one. From the orange rod to the pink rod, we got a live bull here. We got cut bluegill, and we got a live bluegill on the pink rod. You know what I mean? We got 2 more live baits left, and it's a live bullhead and a live bluegill. I think I'm lying to you. I think it's just a live bullhead. Uh, when's the next time you coming down? It might hopefully this Friday if my pockets is right. You know what I mean? Yeah, if my pockets is nah. I got 1 more live bait left, and it's a bullhead. You know what I mean? The live bluegills out there. But yeah, if my pockets is right this weekend, I should be popping down with one of the homies that I did the BMF tournament. You know what I mean? And he said he wanted to pop out down there again. So I was like, oh, if you with it, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I got my permit too, so you can sit in the passenger seat now, my guy. You know what I mean? I drive in the city of Harrisburg all day long. My boy, going out of state, I ain't with it. Not unless it's need be, like, you know what I mean? Like, not unless it's need be. If you need some financial support, I got you, champ. You doing the next BMF tournament? That's I heard that. Or heard that. Um, I want to. We gonna see how I go on the 22nd when I'm already knowing the bike crazy down there, bro. That's why I want to get my license so I can go down there whenever I want to. You know what I mean? Folks be acting like they scared to take that drive, and this is what it is, and I say this all the time. Stop going out fishing anticipating the catch, my guy. Anticipate you catching some peace. You know what I mean? A peace of mind. You know what I mean? Go out there and relax. You know what I mean? And you never know what may come knocking on your rods, my boy. It may be that PB that you looking for. It may be that skunk buster. You never know. You know what I mean? But to go out and to expect that you're supposed to catch a fish, I get it, you know what I mean? Folks drive, you know what I mean, couple dozen miles, you feel me? They expect the expectation is high, you feel me? But yeah, this isn't a high expectation thing. Like this isn't like a high expectation activity. You and Buck need driver's license. Nah, I got my permit, cuz you could take me out that statement, Herman. You can take me out that joint there, okay? My physical driving test is on the 22nd, or on the 22nd or the 21st, whatever day falls on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock, 9:15. Nah, I'm only restricted to them. You know what I mean? I'm still not going to draw and do no extra shit, but yeah, I know I've been driving since I was 17, you know what I mean? I taught my little sisters how to parallel park. The biggest thing that got me in the chokehold right now is the push and pull and the handover shit. You know what I mean? And folks was like, yeah, you don't want to get on your go through your first draw talk, and they look and you and it's out there looking like that look like you've been driving on for a minute, but I have though. Like, you know what I mean? They look at my driving record and see them 5 dockets on it, see them 5 points on there, driving without a license. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, that's the whole that's the whole plan of me getting my license. I'm tired of paying the tickets of me driving without a license. Um, there's going to be one time to where I run into that one asshole cop and he going to want to take me downtown. You feel me? And to alleviate all that, you know what I mean? I really was focused on getting my L's for real. And then, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna call it miscommunication. You know what I mean? But that's not how I feel it is. You know what I mean? So we're gonna call it miscommunication. But yeah, I'm tired of the miscommunication. Folks want to fish. You feel me? You know what I mean? But be quick to turn around and be like, "Oh, yo, you trying to fish? Yeah, you got bait? Yeah, I might come swoop you." You know what I mean? Like it's a whole nother story when like you know what I mean you got the shit on hand, but it's no importance when you know what I mean? Like the shit be weird. So I'm gonna call it miscommunication on the last one, but I'm still putting the tally up on it. You know what I mean? It's no what I mean, but you know what I mean. It's like I'm saying it all in one draw. Um, Not to sound smart, but if you can write it in the comments, you understood what I was saying. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. If you could write it in the comments, you knew what I was saying. All I'm saying. But I hope you're having a blessed Tuesday. We got 3 fish on the bank. We're going after a couple more. We got one more live bait in the bucket. You know what I mean? Well, in the cooler. After that, we're gonna head home and eat some lunch. Blessings, Herman. Oh yeah, like I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean. It's just something we say. It's just like when we see somebody that we know walking down the street, you like, you know what I mean. It's just like us saying June. Um, I'm getting ready to go fishing myself. Good luck. Good luck to you too as well. Tight lines. Yeah, it's just like us saying John, yo. Like it's just something that we say, part of our lingo, if you must say. Some people say, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I mean, all that is y'all know what I mean. Like, oh, that's all that is. Like, you know what I mean. I think something just hit that orange rod. I'm not sure, but if it did, it's about to go down. Hook, line, and Sammy. Yeah, I'm trying to go to 3 months. I'm trying to go to 3 states in 30 days. As soon as I get my license, I'm trying to go to 3 months, three states in 30 days. That sounds crazy, but I know where I'm going first. Yeah, I'm taking off of work. Like, yeah, yo, I'm going OT for a couple of days, maybe a week or two. I'll be back. You know what I mean? We are going to Tennessee, Georgia, and New Hampshire the next 3 weekends. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice trip. Can I come? That sounded so devilish, bro. That shit's funny as fuck. I definitely should have brought more than 2 waters out with me. This is crazy. So What time is it? It's 4:40. What should I do? It's 4:40. I got baits on the rods. I got one more bait in the cooler. Should I move back down towards where I caught those fish at? I don't want to walk up. That's walking. I don't want to walk down the river. That's walking away from the house. You know what I mean? I want to walk towards the house a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And Indiana, I was about to say India. I was about to say, damn, y'all about to fly to India, cuz that's fly as shit. We going to Indiana and Illinois this week. And laugh out loud. We stay on the road chasing fish. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Go down. Oh, y'all playing with me. But yeah, hopefully everything go right. So shoot, I should have I low key should have something lined up soon after I get my license for real, for real. You know what I mean? And if that's so, I definitely gonna have something I can push around. Oh, that'd be fire. And the dog looked back at me like, I don't know why this nigga just picked me up. That's funny. I ain't picking my dog up. We going to Amazon for retail red tail cats and peacock bass is a dream. Yeah, I love to catch a peacock bass and a red tail catfish. Them red tail catfish, them joints get big as hell. The boy, funny Mike, or he from Florida, but you know what I mean, he a little guy, but he fishes. You know what I mean, he do a lot of content. He caught a red tail catfish before. That joint gave his little ass a run for his money. But I want to catch a gar. That joint seemed fun, and it's just the fight of it seemed fun as hell. What are you fishing for? Flatheads and channels. We got one flathead and two channels on the bank. Waiting for this orange rod or this green rod to stop playing with us and go down. I'm gonna go for tarpon, and water rat wants to go for a big old Goliath grouper next. Yeah, I got spaghetti arms. I don't think I'm ready for a Goliath grouper. I would have to use a. I would have to use an electric wheel with a big ass car battery. Where I get the cart from, go on my page, and I got a post on my page where you can get the cart from, my guy. There's a couple posts down. You can find it on Amazon or Walmart though, but Amazon is where I got it from. But I mean, the actual name and stuff is on a post that I posted. I got spaghetti arms, chicken legs. I'm the wrong. I'm the wrong food and animal. You know what I mean? Now maybe if I had like some like some bull legs, like you know what I mean, some thick ass calves and some hooves as feet, you know what I mean? Maybe I wish it. Yo, when I was growing up, I used to watch Popeyes with my grandma, right? I used to wish so bad that eating spinach was for real like that. Like you eat a can of spinach and you'll grow strong as shit real quick. That shit ain't never worked, bro. That shit made me eat all my vegetables every time with no questions asked. And my arms is little. Yeah, I don't know, like you know what I mean. And sometimes it don't work like that. You know what I mean? That's why I be hiding my legs, cause like you know what I mean. Y'all gonna be seeing the chicken run over there and at them rides in a little bit. A chicken with some linky ass arms. I'll be doing that later today. End up with 7 blues last night. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a decent night on the water. You know what I mean? Hopefully various sizes. Where can I get that wagon, old son? Damn, why I gotta be old and your son? It's on Amazon or you can find it on Walmart. The name is on my page and my profile. Oh, there go one. Was it? Those joints just jumped. Both of them did. We ain't gonna get it. Yeah, biggest one was at 7 pounds. Okay, okay, yeah. Listen, getting the skunk off the bank, all that matter, man. I wasn't gonna get up, but them joints definitely move. Sometimes when you move it just a smidge, you know what I mean, they attack that joint. My PB was 30.02. Yeah, I'm trying to get my 30-pound flathead. But my biggest fish is a 30 pound, but it's a 30-pound blue. I got a 30-pound blue, a 20-pound flathead, and I'm very precise with my numbers. So when I say a PB, it's actually like the exact numbers, 1198. That's damn near 12 pounds. But I ain't gonna give myself the extra 2 ounces or extra few ounces. You feel me? But yeah, yeah. So basically, like that's all I fish. Like fishing down here, like that's basically it. Like flatheads and channels. So like it's basically like I fish for flatheads every time I come out for real, for real. I wish they would put blues up here, man. I wish they would put blues up here, and they will allow a certain amount of water to flow through. And I just think that's one of the reasons why blues ain't up here all like that. You can only catch a striper here and there. You know what I mean? Shoot, even though you can catch a striper here and there, I only heard people catching stripers once in a blue moon up this joint. That's not like a regular thing. Okay, what the stripers or the flatheads? I just need to catch. Yeah, I need something to hit now or I'm going home. But this breeze that came through definitely nice. I ain't gonna lie. I should just cut this Fletcher blue. Okay, okay. My PB is only 12.9. That's not bad. That's a good start. You gotta start somewhere. I know some people that start out with 3 pounds. That's what's up. Now I know there's a bigger fish caught on my rig, but the biggest fish that I can remember is 43 or 40 43 to 47 pound blow. My guy Troy Scouser, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He caught that John. You know what I mean? Yeah, he caught that joint off the boat. And Merlin, you know what I mean? So you should join my live stream later when I go live. Okay, I got you. Send me an invite. Especially if I ain't doing nothing, I'll definitely slide through. I only been catfishing less than a year, though it was salmon and steelhead. Okay, that's still kind of good fishing, I believe. You know what I mean? My first 3 years, I was trying. Well, my first 2 years, I was trying to catfish. I gave it up, went to carp fishing, and then I went linked up with Pop. We ended up catfishing together. That got my spirits back up about catfishing, and then yeah, after that, like you know what I mean, after getting my spirits brought up, you know what I mean, I I sort of kind of knew what I was doing, or knew had an idea of what I wanted to do. Use carp for cut bait. That's illegal in my state, sir. Yeah, we can't use carp as cut bait. Yeah, in some spots, yeah. In some areas, they are invasive, so they want them taken out the water, or they're just free game. You know what I mean? But that's just like crappie. Like in some states, it's illegal for you to keep crappie. You know what I mean? No matter the size limit or whatever. You know what I mean? In other states, the size limit matter. In my state, that shit don't matter. You can keep whatever size crappie you catch. Kid. You know what I mean? So I mean, it all depends on about your waterway. Every waterway got different shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's because of where y'all at, Sammy. I'm not where y'all at. I mean, you don't gotta rub it in my face. Carpet's a good beat though. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't booked nothing off of it yet, but I definitely tried it, and I see why people use it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely see why people use it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a good bait to have. I just wish that I could have it without potentially catching a fine. I'm down in Texas. Okay, yeah. Y'all use that to catch alligator guard, don't y'all? Or long nose guard, whatever one it is. I think it's long nose guard. And when they find out it's gonna hurt my pockets, nah. I'm cool. You see how I just flipped that around now? Nah, but like I said, hold up. Oh yeah, swing the fuck out. I'm petty as shit, y'all. Y'all see my smile on my face? I'm petty as a bitch. What's up, little goosies? Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Yeah, yeah, fuck that. Y'all got me fucked up. Bluegills perch work. Um, we don't got perch in our waters, but when I go to Maryland, yeah, yellow perch is a prime bait to use. Yellow perch, white perch, you know what I mean? Yeah, they just like big ass bluegills down there for real, for real. They like bluegills on steroids. That's another boat somewhere. I can hear him. I can hear him hitting his engine. In Texas, I think they call panfish perch. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that because panfish can be a variety of things. Like to me, panfish is bluegills. You know what I mean? Which is you know what I mean, brim. You know what I mean? Bluegills, sunnies, cichlids. You know what I mean? Copper nose, whatever y'all want to call them. You know what I mean? I think bluegills are is panfish. You know what I mean? Perch is considered in the panfish family, but perch is perch, crabby's crabby. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, like, and that's just how I understand it. I mean, I may be wrong about my understanding about these smaller species of fish, but I got my catfish down to a T. Yeah, and like warmouth and bluegills is like the same thing to me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're still the same form of a bluegill, right? You got a fish. Look, where at? Which one? Because we don't do no little taps, Royce. Yeah, we don't do no skippity paps. I know. Because, yeah, we don't do skippity paps over here. They got to be consistent skippity paps for me to get up. Skippity paps, a tug with the line going slack. You know what I mean? Like, so, all right. So that rod is bumping, like bouncing, like little slow joints. I don't get up off of those. Now, them joints to where that joint's tapping, I get up and I reel down, and 9 times out of 10, I can reel down in on the fish. Um, uh, 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 or like, yeah, they just grabbing that joint. That's the only other option. And right now, I got all my medium action rods out. Excuse me. Oh, and right now I got all my medium action rods out. So you know what I mean. Yeah, something hit them joints. They hitting it. He tried to get me, y'all. It hit me with the eye. I'm kidding. If you know where that line, where that's from. Yeah, nah, fuck you in your boat too, cuz. Yeah, all that weaving and wobbing, dipping and dodging, get the fuck in the middle of the river. And nigga, which one do I want in my pocket, a 4 ounce or a 3 ounce? And I got two big kids coming. Like, y'all don't see me fucking fishing? He missed my shit. Yeah, I had something with your name on it. I had something with his name on it, and I definitely had something with his name on it. Fuck out of here. Move your fucking boats over. Nigga gonna record me and try to look back at me while he going down the river, cuz. You ride over my lines, I'm throwing a 4-ounce sinker right at your fucking mitt. And that's going to be the end of that story, and I'm going to pack up and I'm going to go home. And if you want to turn around, I got a 3-ounce as a backup in my pocket too as well. We can play this game if you want to. Y'all going to stop disrespecting the fucking bank. And here come another dickhead. See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's on the other side of the river. Like, why y'all gotta eat it up on the bank though? Like, that's the only way to get across this bitch. And my whole thing is, if you don't know how to properly navigate through this joint, you shouldn't be coming through this joint. Yeah, if you can't properly navigate through this joint, like he properly navigated through this joint. He started from the middle, breathed this way, came around my rides, and then came to the bank. And 9 times out of 10, he gonna swerve right back out. But yeah, y'all think I'm bullshitting. I don't never keep weights in my pocket. I don't never keep sinkers in my pocket. Now I got something for y'all, cause y'all playing with the right one. They lucky I ain't get a slingshot, cause a slingshot would have been here quicker. I ain't trying to go to jail though. I take an assault charge though. I spend a night out the county and pay a fine. And possibly catch us. Who's this? Oh, no. Sorry, we rocking out solo right now. I'm not going to be out for that long for that person that just sent me an invite to be in a live with them. Or nah, I'm gonna take it into my own hands. The same way how they want to be ignorant, I'm gonna be ignorant too. And when I get in trouble and they call the cops, and when they call them, I'm like, yo, listen, the same way how they disrespected me on the bank, fuck they boats and fuck they feelings. Like, the same way how my rods and my line is replaceable, his boat is replaceable, his clothes is replaceable. Like, you know what I mean? Miss me with that all damage of property, because he damaged my property too. So if he's pressing charges, I want to press charges as well, because my property is damaged as well. So, you know what I mean? We could really play this the ignorant ass way. He wanted to be ignorant. I chose to be ignorant as well. Why I gotta be the bigger person? I'ma stoop to your level. Now I got something coming to the house on Friday. You know what I mean? It come with a fully filled up air can and everything. You know what I mean? Come with like little colorful balls and all that. Like this size. Like, hold up, now that's a little big. Like this size, maybe a little bit smaller. Like this size, maybe. And I was going to be ignorant and throw them in the freezer, but I was like, damn, I ain't trying to send nobody in the hospital. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep them just in a little canister, you know what I mean, and give them a paint job. Just use one of your older rods and put a sinker in cast. Nah, listen. If I do that, I might as well do that now. Like, you know what I mean? Throw a heavy ass sinker out there, put braid on all my lines. Every time a boater run over my lines, fuck up his prop. That don't solve the problem though. You know what I mean? It's either you gonna be ignorant and you gonna try to rip the bank up every time after I do what I do, or you gonna be respectful and you gonna weave through this motherfucker. Oh yeah, yep. You know what it is. Yeah, or you gonna weave through this motherfucker. You got two options. You can either disrespect my rides and disrespect me on the bank and run through my lines and get a free paint job. You know what I mean? Or you can go around my rides and around my lines. You know what I mean? You can go on about your fishing day. I can continue my fishing day. I can end up walking home and you can take your boat to the boat launch. You know what I mean? Don't nobody day got to end up on a fucked up note because you want to be an asshole. You know what I mean? And you expect for me being on the bank for me to be the bigger person. Nah, you wanna stoop low, I'ma go lower. I'ma go below the belt. I'ma make the ref throw the flag. I'ma make the ref throw the tech. You know what I mean? Like the ref definitely gonna blow the whistle, stop the fight, and make sure you cool. Like I can't. It's not. And this is my thing. It's not it's about my rides going in the water. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's the fact that say it again. Yeah, I caught 3 today. Yup, I caught 1 flathead early this morning and 2 channels probably about like 2 hours ago.
Oh, nice. You ever get any decent flatties out of here?
Yeah, the biggest one I got out of here was 20 pounds.
All right. See, I fished down, you know where Marietta is?
Yup, that's up that way.
No, it's down that way. Columbia?
Oh, yep. Going past Stilton type shit.
Yeah, down that way. We fish down there and we pull them in off the bank there, 30, 35 pounds.
Yeah, I'm working on getting my license now, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck is he down here?
If they do, I don't pay them no mind.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I fish over there. Fuck, we put up there 4th of July, 11 o'clock in the morning. Fish police was already there fucking people on the boats.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I really don't see none of them folks come down here, especially not at night. Now, folks did say that your middle riders moving. Yeah, we gonna wait for a takedown. We're not gonna go for the little bops. But yeah, folks have said that they had run-ins with them down here, especially like on the walkway sometimes.
My buddy caught off the bank 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's a nice joke. Like 30, 40?
I think it was 33.
Yeah.
Best thing to use over there is the trout.
Yeah.
Trout. That little catfish.
Huh?
Good day, bro. Good luck.
All right, you too. People be saying the most weirdest shit. How the hell can't you use catfish as bait? You said, oh, little catfish, but you can't get caught using them. What? I got a little catfish on my hook right now. What are you talking about? There is no rules and regulations other than that you can only take, 50 catfish in a day, maybe. I never knew that you couldn't use a catfish to catch a catfish. That's new to me. You try shrimp, they love shrimp. I tried shrimp when I first started fishing. As I got more experience with the cut bait, the live bait, you know what I mean? I slowly moved away from the store-bought bait, but in certain areas that I go to, like when I go to Maryland, I try to take some shrimp with me. I try to take some chicken with me, you know what I mean? That's just something that they fish down there will partake in eating. You know what I mean? Down here, I caught fish off of shrimp. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't. But I caught more fish off of chicken and cut bait. Well, I caught more fish off of chicken than shrimp. And I caught more fish off of cut bait. Well, fresh live bait cut bait than chicken, and then I caught more fish off of cut bait than I did live bait. You know what I mean? Mark R, I appreciate the follow. You know what I mean? So I tend to pay attention to what I'm doing when I'm fishing, so I'm very particular. You know what I mean? What we going on? So you know what I mean? I just I try to elevate for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just certain shit that I wasn't catching nothing off a fresh cut bait or live bait for a minute. You know what I mean? Even going down Maryland, like it was a good minute before we caught something off a cut bait. You know what I mean? And when we did, we found out, damn, you need to put the bows down. But when when we did book something off the live bait, we found out the fillets the fillets work a little bit better. You feel me? Rather than the chunk pieces. You know what I mean? But as I said, we don't stay the same. We evolve. We start getting stuff off the chunk pieces. You feel me? We start figuring out what baits they wanted. That's when Pop found out that you can catch something off the ass tail of the fish. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like certain things to where, like, you know what I mean? Just getting out and trying shit, trying different shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like when he said, "Oh, I never heard somebody catching a fish off the tail or using the tail piece of the fish as bait." Or what? I'm using this whole joint, especially if it's a nice size piece of bait. I'm using this whole joint. Like, we gonna chunk this joint up. I'm gonna use this tail. I'm gonna put it on a regular Santee rig. I'm gonna bury that hook in the back of that joint. I'm gonna make sure it got a float on it, and I'm gonna cast that joint out. And look, and that's how my mind worked. When I did it the first time, I'm like, yo, in the water with the current, it should give the presentation of a fish just swimming in fucking motion, no matter if it's going up and down, left or right side. Yeah, no matter what, it should give the presentation that it's a fish just sitting there swimming, and it's just the ass tail of a fish. And I got you, dumbass, being all greedy. You know what I mean? So it's just I really just like trying different shit. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to work for real, and that's why I like doing it. You know what I mean? That's like now I got a rig to where your sinker, if you get snagged up, your sinker gonna break off, and the hooks is interchangeable. Well, the rigs is interchangeable, quickly interchangeable. Now it ain't nothing special, but you know what I mean. And I'm not going to say I'm the first one that offer that, but you know what I mean. I'm the first one I know that offer that. You know what I mean? To where you can get multiple rings. Yeah, they gonna come with speed clip, and you can change everything out. And everything gonna be everything. I should move back up river though, cause this is crazy. This is B A N A N A N. This is bananas, bro. Where you at, sir? Like physically where I'm at? Oh yeah, this is 9 rolling deep. You in the you in PA? My bad. I wanna say I'm between Front and Delaware and Hamilton. I really want to say I'm at the bottom of Hamilton for real. Yeah, I know. I remember. I'm looking at the West Fairview boat ramp right now. Matter of fact, that joint is right there. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the block ahead of me is Delaware, and if I'm not mistaken, this is Hamilton. This water is low as hell. Bro, you better not pull no bread out the back of your bite for these geese. Oh, she's taking a picture. I was about to say, you better not pull no bread out the back of your bag. I'll pull up if my wife let me out, laugh out loud. Or Bro, honestly, I got one bullhead left, and whatever I got on my rods is what I got on my rods. After I put this bullhead on, it's curtains after that. I don't even know how long I'm gonna have after that, but I know when I do that, I'll probably move down some. So if you do, I'll probably be closer to McClay. You just gotta pop back in and let me know something. Let you know if I'm in the same spot or let you know where I'm moving towards. Cause when I move, I ain't gonna end the lie because I'm just walking down the walkway. You feel me? Ain't like I'm getting in a car or anything. Not yet. Do you know any of the guys who fish the Potomac? I'm going there this weekend to fish. I know a few guys that fish the Potomac. Our good spot that I always thread me was Edward and Front Street by the old Wells Fargo, especially at night. Okay. We're on going towards North 83, towards the other side of Front Street. How you fish that? Is there a cut spot down there, Richie? Yeah, you gotta show me, cause somebody was telling me it was a spot. I just didn't know where they was talking about. But you saying that, I know exactly what you talking about because Wells Fargo closed for real. You can really low key park in a parking lot and walk and bop across the street now. I'll probably just put a sign in the window saying that I'm fishing. Please don't tow me. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to try that. Cause Emerald not too far from my crib. I can literally take 2 rods, a rod holder, in my bag. Yeah, you know what I mean, my bait gonna have to be cut bait, but you know what I mean. I can walk that. Chill, Nick. My ex-wife is from Delaware. It's not far to catch fish. You better off catching blue crabs. Yeah, me personally, if you not in a cut, I'm gonna say it like this. If you ask somebody that fish the Potomac, they gonna tell you to go to a widely known spot that's overfished. So and that's just me being real. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Your best bet is getting on Google Earth, looking up where your folks live at, and putting in the address your folks is at, and then going to the water from there and finding you a nice little cut spot. You know what I mean? And save that joint. Just because finding your own spot sometimes is way better than getting directions from somebody that you really don't know. You feel me? A lot of people like to play games for real, and they'll tell you, "Oh, this spot's fire." I call a live fish and send you some pictures, and they won't even be from there. I'm just saying, it ain't happened to me, but you know what I mean, I've been pointed in the wrong direction one too many times. You know what I mean, going out of state. You know what I mean. So like that's like when I go to Maryland. That's why I like going to Maryland at the time that I like going. Like I like going early in the morning. Going early in the morning, the spot that I go to, it's like smack dab in the middle of the Conowingo Dam and the Chesapeake Bay. So it's like hit or miss in that area. So if you don't catch nothing in about a 4-hour time span, that's your time to move. If you go anytime there that way. Yeah, I mean, you gonna mess yourself up. What's up, iFish 939? I live and learn good spots. Just keep fishing. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's all you can do. You know what I mean? If it was easy, everybody be doing it. How you doing? But yeah, I know once I'm able to be mobile, you know what I mean, and be able to drive at night legally, you know what I mean, get on the highway and shit and not have to worry about getting pulled over and making a phone call for somebody to find a way to come get the car, you know what I mean, and to get me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know like that's going to change the game, bro. And I know it's going to change the game. Just because no matter if I get my sister's car, no matter if I get my mom's car, like, you know what I mean, I know what time they gotta do. I know what time they gotta be up and around, out and about, you know what I mean? So, and then like with me, I pop out in that late afternoon to early morning. At that time, I come sleep on your couch until you ready to go and just, you know what I mean? I see either catch me an Uber home or I can go home on the way to the crib, and you know that I'm coming to your crib because I'm telling you I'm coming to your crib. Because how else you going to get your car? But with my big sister, though, she lived down the street from my mom's shop, so I could really just wait for my mom to go to work for real, and I can take her car and go home and just double back and go get her when she get off of work. You know what I mean? So like me getting the car ain't the problem. It's me driving without that license that be scaring me sometimes, bro. Because I be doing it, don't get me wrong, but I only do it when I like got something to do and I need to. Like it's not even an everyday thing. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do until you able to do it legally. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get that joint on the 21st or the 22nd, whatever day that falls on. It's whatever Tuesday that whatever first Tuesday in, you know what I mean, falls on that falls on. You know what I mean? We're gonna smack that joint. I definitely been practicing. I got the push and pull sort of kind of down, so I'm gonna work on the push and pull a little bit, and then I believe the intersection turns I gotta do the hand over hand. So I'm going to try to practice the hand over hand. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up a YouTube video of the hand over hand and see how they do it. And I'm a visual person. So I'm going to look up a YouTube video and see how they do the hand over hand, and then I'm going to practice it. Practice make perfect. But yeah. That's the only thing that messed my head up when they said, oh yeah, you gotta have your hands 10 and 2 and you gotta drive correctly. I was like, man, that's crazy. I thought as long as I follow all the traffic laws, I was cool. Who drives like this? My grandma would drive like this if she drove. No disrespect to Granny. I just feel driving like that, you liable to break both of your arms. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just be thinking about crazy shit. My mind wild. For those that's just joining, it's your boy Got One Fisher 717, aka Derek. We in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on the Susquehanna River. We going after flatheads and channels. We got one flathead, 2 channels on the board. You know what I mean? 3 fish in total, 1 loss. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We are about to walk down and slightly a little bit because I gotta go home in a little bit and charge my phone. So before we throw this last bullhead out, we're gonna walk down, and what we're gonna do is the orange rod gonna get a bullhead, gonna have a bullhead on it, and the pink rod gonna get a bullhead on it. The green rod gonna stay with the cut bait, you know what I mean? And we're gonna do it like that. And, when I move down, I am gonna keep the camera rolling. And yeah, cause I got one more. Well, I got 2 fish whistles left, but I wanna walk to the crib with the fish whistle. So, you dig? Why not go Guard fishing, we don't got guard. I don't believe we have guard in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And if we do, I never caught one. And I never seen nobody catch one, you feel me? So I just think that's one of those fish that we just don't got up here. What's your opinion on game wardens? My opinion on game wardens is the same opinion on cops. You got your asshole cops and you got your good cops. You got your asshole game wardens and you got your cool game wardens. You feel me? It's like that green rod fucking with me. It all depends on the person you get. That might be a fish in that joint. Yeah, it all depends on the person you get. You know what I mean? And then, me personally, that's where knowing your laws come in at. As long as you got your fishing license, this, that, and the third, like it is what it is. You know what I mean? But everybody got a job to do. Me personally, I really don't have too many run-ins with the game wardens. I really haven't ran into them at all. I seen them a couple times, but they ain't never run down on me, asked me for my fishing license, asked to check my bait.
Quite a setup you have there.
Thank you. Yeah, they never asked me about my bait. They never asked me about my rods. They never asked me what I was targeting. So, more or less, me personally, I feel as long as you're doing what you need to be doing, and as long as you're doing properly, you don't have no problems. And shoot, I know people that don't got that little piece of paper, and me personally, I do understand. Alright, and I'm gonna say it like this: with me being a Pennsylvania resident, and me paying taxes, I don't see or feel the need for me to pay for a fishing license. Like, you know what I mean? In some areas, you pay school taxes. You know what I mean? Like, it's extra shit that you gotta pay for you in certain areas. You know what I mean? So, when it comes down to paying for a fishing license, I'm really against paying for a fishing license when you're a native citizen. Well, a native, what's the word I'm looking for? You're a native resident. Like, this is my home. This is my home. Like, I was born and raised here. My first ID was here. You feel me? So, me personally, with me saying that, I'm basically saying, like, yeah, with me being an actual resident here and a living, like, you know what I mean? Like, I live here. I feel like I shouldn't have to pay for a fishing license. You know what I mean? Do I understand why they got folks paying for a fishing license? You can say I do, you know what I mean? But that still don't determine if I agree with it or not. I don't fish stock waters. I don't fish for stock fish. So me paying for a fishing license is like kind of nonsense now. I can see if I was fishing for trout, or if I was going bass fishing, you know what I mean? If I was fishing for a game fish, or if I was fishing for a fish that they stock, I could see about having a fishing license. But going after a fish that y'all really don't care about me taking, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a catch-22 for real. But I don't got no problems with the game wardens, though. Like I said, they all got a job to do. I only had one game warden talk to me, and he gave me a $631 ticket for a restricted number pose. And I'ma sound like an asshole when I say this, but you bit that bullet and got caught. You know what I mean? It's been times to where I fished out here with 4 poles. You feel me? But I don't do it that often. And if I really want to fish with 4 poles, I know an area I can go to where it's private property, but it's accessible to the public. You feel me? So even though I'm fishing on a river, I still utilize me being on private property fishing the river. You feel me? I don't feel there's nothing that they can do about that. I run into a bunch of them because I fish a lot of streams. Streams never had an issue. Yeah, and that's like I said. It always depends on the game warden and the person and the person you're dealing with, for real, for real. And then sometimes if you keep it, sometimes they just want you to keep it a buck with them, yo. I can tell you how many times I got pulled over with driving without a license, and yeah, yo, I got 2 out of 3 for you. Huh? I got registration and proof of insurance, girl. You either going, you know what I mean? To the point to where I told this one cop that, and I done talked myself out of one ticket. I mean, and I was the tinted windows. You know what I mean? So even though I was driving without a license, you feel me, and I still got hit with that, I didn't get hit with the tinted windows. You know what I mean? That tinted windows is a whole nother thing because one, it's not my car. You know what I mean? So due to the fact that it's not my car, I would have been stuck with the ticket. You know what I mean? Because I can't force somebody to take something off their vehicle. You know what I mean? So then I was, you know what I mean? Then I'm stuck with another ticket. You know what I mean?
Good one, my guy.
You too. What did you put on the bank today? I got 11-pound flathead. And, I got 2 channels. I wasn't able to get the weight of the 2 channels because I'm out here by myself, and my scale had went in the water when my cart got tipped over. You know what I mean? So I got one in the mail on the way. So you know what I mean, when that joint get here, we're gonna be back to weighing fish and having exact numbers for y'all. But they did feel like 2 and 5-pound fish though. Like 3 to 5 pound fish. They didn't feel no bigger than that. The one I definitely would have put on the scale, and the other one just would have made it just so I could be sure. Oh, this might go back out there just like this. Yeah, so I appreciate the 2 roses. Jackson Fishing. What up, bro? We're about to move spots real quick. Yeah, I had to put that fish back in the bucket because I don't want him to be DOA going to the new spot. But yeah, we about to change spots real quick. We're gonna get rebaited up. We got rods that's going out there ASAP. And we got 2 rods that we're gonna have to get right. My bad, little bullhead. So they in the cooler. We're gonna grab this net. Slap that in there. Slap these on top. Make sure we ain't leaving Nathaniel. Turn this wheel. And we out of here. Peyton, I appreciate those gifts. Yeah, we want. Dang. But yeah, what did I miss? I was dealing with this rod. Let me see. Man, the warden that ran down on me, I didn't want her to leave. What did I put on the bank? Did I answer that, Jackson? But just in case I did, I got 11-pound flathead, 2 channels that I wasn't able to get the weight, so I took that in. Y'all want to see the game to eat. When we walk past the hopefully they'll back. Like, nah, Oh, he moved. I was about to say, cuz look like he's sitting on his step. Oh, I dropped y'all. My bad. Excuse me, fellas and ladies. You know what I mean? Are y'all gonna walk with me? That's cool. Peace, love, and blessings. Yeah, you told me you. Yeah, we and those two channels came back to back. We going right back to where I caught them at too. Whole time. We might go a little bit further up, for real, because I did think I see another open pocket between the ripples. But just in case I didn't, I'm gonna stop at where I know it's an open area as to where I don't gotta worry about my lines getting dragged in to any debris or any rock. So we got a couple more. We got a lot of like every 3 steps. A little bit more than if I was 14. I mean, every 3 steps. But I'm getting a ruler, y'all, and I'm gonna measure out. You know what I mean? So next time y'all see me trip on somebody, y'all gonna know it's very important. So, all right, here, let me ask y'all. So, all right, look, let me unplug this real quick. Here, now, there's people sitting like right there in front of that blue joint, but I can go down to the smaller one, and I can fish like right in front of those 2 little green joints right there. But I think I might go down anyway, just so I don't gotta have them people move that's already sitting there. You know what I mean? Or I have somebody move just because I want to fish. Yeah, I mean ski. They got a military chopper out here. What the fuck? At least it's not a bunch of them Jones. You know, it's bad for business when you see like 4 or 5 of them Jones flying in the fleet. See, if this grass patch wasn't right here, this would be a perfect area for real. To where we need to be. Alright, so it's low right there because there go those ripples that's running over the water. So we want to be in the middle of those ripples and those ripples ahead of us. And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about too, because you know what I mean, I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy, but Y'all see how that water right there rippling up? Now, normally I go in front of it, but there's people sitting right there. You feel me? But there's ripples right there too. So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna try to post up like right here and cast in the middle of it. Fan the two end rods out, cast right down the middle. And hopefully that get us on something. And hopefully I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I be sounding like I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Like right then and there, it sounded like I knew what I was talking about, didn't it? But yeah, we're gonna try to throw in front of it in the middle of these currents. So if there is a fish, you know what I mean, he gotta come through. You know what I mean? We gonna cast right on top of it. Cause we ain't playing no games. It's crunch time. We got limited beat now. And it's all or nothing. But this bluegill's still good though, so we're gonna keep these. We're gonna still throw these out there though. Yeah, that was low key stuck in a rock. And that's why that shit has so much tension on it. But this is still good, so we still go cast him out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have live bait on the same side because I am a little close to this current right here. And I don't got no strong enough sink. I don't got no 8-aught sinkers with me. Or no 6-aughts. So we're gonna have to make this work. Alright, rise back in the water. What time is it? 5:48. Still as fuck damn, excuse my language. At 6:15, we're gonna change that green rod and that pink rod out. We're gonna go cut bait, live bait. We're gonna move down a smidgen more when we do that. So I'ma hate that I'ma have to pull all my rods out the water. But yeah, we're gonna have to pull all the rods out the water and move the cart down. Unless I can find holes in the steps. If I can find a hole in the step that can hold one of my rods right here, I can at least keep one down right here. Oh shit. But no matter what, if they want cut bait, they gonna grab it though, right? They want live bait, they gonna find which one they want. So I think that's the closest I've been to the red. And if them folks got up and walked away, I'll be tight. Junior, I appreciate the follow. All right, let me put this rag back on my head. Lock this goddamn sun out. Beauty Queen 94, I appreciate you tapping the screen. Two eight, 208 lead sling. What up? What up? But let's see if I put myself in a prime spot before I end the live and listen to music. That's the only way I ain't gonna end the live if I catch a fish. If I catch a fish, I keep the live going until I leave. If I don't catch a fish, by the time I change the bait, I'm gonna change the bait and then I'm ending the live. And I'm gonna listen to music and probably call my dad. Either I'm gonna listen to music or I'm gonna call my dad. One of the two. That's funny. So, quick question. I'm on the bank. Okay. Tight lines. So, quick question. So, do the fish that happen between 12 and 1 o'clock, do that still count for the day, or am I capping on the 3 fish that I caught today? Because technically it was the day. Like, you know what I mean? I did go to sleep and I did go home, but, you know what I mean? Technically, it's still all in the same day of fishing. You know what I mean? This breeze feel nice as hell. That sun need to go right back behind the cloud. Yeah, that's a hard question because me personally, if somebody was like, oh, I was out early in the morning, I caught a fish, I had to go home, I had to handle some business early in the morning, I came back out, I caught two more, who was the third? I'll take that, like, because you still was out early in the morning in that same day catching fish. You know what I mean? It's the technicality of it that, you know what I mean? I would believe that it would actually have to be during that time frame. Okay. It counts. I appreciate that, Junior. Cause like some people think different, like you know what I mean. That's just like me. I really don't do the guesstimation of fish. You feel me? If I'm going to guess the weight, I might as well put it on the scale, and that's just me. If I'm going to sit there and guess the weight, I might as well put it on the scale. You know what I mean? The guessing it, you may be right, you may be wrong. You know what I mean? I just like being uh correct, you know what I mean? So when people ask, I got a correct answer for them, you know what I mean? That's why like some of the people that I watch, they be like, oh, I got a fun size, I got a teenager, I got a bait, you know what I mean? And then those extra fish, they either weigh them or they get the length on them, you know what I mean? Depending on where they at, or they may do both. I know my next big fish, I'm getting the weight, the length, and the width of the fish. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I ain't do yet. I ain't I wanna no, it's not. Some may say it is, but you know what I mean, in my book it's not. But you know that's just me being me. You know that's 20 pounds all day long. Just like my 1198, like you know what I mean, like it's still 2 pounds, it's still a pound and a couple ounces off, but you know what I mean. But that's why I call it the way I call it. I just like to be real. You gonna ask me for the weight? I'm gonna tell you the numbers. But yeah, that's definitely 20 though. I just like bullshitting with that one because that joint was close. Y'all moving like something messing with y'all. Tell them, you know what I mean? Just make your mind up and say, give me that. Um, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I come grab something from you and you eyeballing it, I'm walking away. Yeah, you know I mean, I don't want to hear that. Oh, I've been doing this for a minute. I'm pretty good. I'm not trying to hear that. Sometimes we all be wrong. I need everything. Yeah, unless he eyeballs heavy. He eyeballs heavy. I'm with that. You know what I mean? We can rock out. You know what I mean? It's the looking at it, yo, like, yo, cuz this is a dub. Like, stop playing with me. Well, nah, it's compressed. Well, take you and your compressed shit back. Tell them to eyeball it every time. Now, I can look at something and tell you it ain't. You know what I mean? It's not what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I'm not eyeballing nothing, though. Most of the time, it be heavy because they don't want to insult you if you know them. Or, well, yeah. But back to the fish, though. Like, yeah, we not, you fishing with me and you want to say, oh, yeah, this is about 20 pounds up. Time to bring the scale out. Now we about to guess. You know what I mean? Now we about to play the guessing game. You know what I mean? Yeah, because people used to hate me when I used to fish on by 605. I'm calling it. I'm calling it too. I'm calling the green rock gonna get hit. Even though it's in the wrong position. You know what I mean? I'm calling the green rod to get hit. Yeah, now we sitting there guessing about it. We might as well pull the clock out, you know what I mean, grab the grippers and lace him up, you know what I mean, and see what the numbers is, you know what I mean? And lace him up, you know what I mean, and see what the numbers is, you know what I mean? I mean, it could be like a little game out of it, you feel me? So like that, and that's where the whole weighing of the fish shit came from. All we think is, nah, let's just pull the clock out and put him on the scale. Like fuck all this guessing shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather know than not know, and then like you know what I mean, it could possibly be my PB, and that's why I put things. That's why I put fish on the scale for real. For real. I don't want to miss a PB guessing. You know what I mean? That's like I would hate to catch a fish and it's big as fuck right now. I would love it and I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but I would dislike it so much because I don't got a skill. You know what I mean? And I can't wait. You know what I mean? So that would really be the heartbreaker in my story. Yeah, you got see, and this is what I like about my mindset. I like thinking outside the box. You feel me? And thinking outside the box for me, it definitely allows me to get the full perspective of the picture. You feel me? Rather than being on the inside looking out, like you only see what the picture allows you to see. When you take yourself outside of that picture and you look at it and you go like, damn, like this is what I like. Yeah, like you do things a little bit different. You know what I mean? Shit, that's what life in general. Shit, you know what I mean? How many times you was at work, you know what I mean, you doing something one way one week, you know what I mean, the next week you try something out another way and you find out that you did the shit 10 times, not 10 times, but you did the shit slightly faster than what you did it last week, you know what I mean? Or weeks prior, you feel me? You know what I mean? You never know what doing something slightly different can make or break you, you feel me? And, without trying shit, you already denying yourself success. The only thing failed is not trying, cuz like real rap. Ain't nothing wrong with a failed attempt. You know what I mean? All you did was try something new, it didn't work out, switch to how it work until you figure it out. I mean, that's it, that's all. Anything else is extra. You know what I mean? You just overthinking the shit. Life can be difficult, but when you dissect the shit, this shit can be kind of simple for real, for real. And that's the things that we accept, you know what I mean, to where it makes it difficult, you know what I mean? And it all boils down to a choice. Oh shit. That bird scared the shit out of me. I thought it was a rat about to jump at me. But yeah, like it all boils down to a choice. You could choose to deal with something, you could choose something better, or you could choose to fall back and get your mind right. And if it's meant for you to be in that spot, in that situation, whatever it may be, you'll find your way back into it. You know what I mean? And it'll find its way back to you. You feel me? Um, there's nothing wrong with putting in the work to better yourself and to better what you're doing. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, as we know, as growing up and as us still growing, you know what I mean, don't nothing come free and don't nothing come easy in this world that we live in. You know what I mean? Anything we do, you definitely gotta put the hard work in and you definitely gotta grind to get it. So you want it, go get it, you know what I mean? You don't want it, focus on something else, you know what I mean? And stop complaining. But if you want change, cause the change start within and you gotta start with yourself. And yeah, I mean, that's what I had to accept. You know what I mean? Like for instance, I used to love being around people, bro. Like when I say I used to love being around people, you was coming outside. Oh, where you at? I'll be there in a minute. Like I used to love being around people. Like until I found out the same people that I had love for didn't have the same amount of love that I had for them. It's a few people that got the same amount of love. You feel me? And I could name them. You know what I mean? There's no point to though. You know what I mean? They know who they is and they know what it is. You know what I mean? So at that point, it's really like, do you put yourself in jeopardy, or do you take yourself out the way or out your body to do something for somebody that's not going to do the same for you? You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? 6:05, yo. Where the fish at? That'd be funny if he said, "Here I go," and a ride full doubled over. I make a video, post it on Mad Cat's page just to be posting like, damn, y'all, I'm hurt. We had 10K likes, yo. We hit FYP status, yo. Let's get it. Yeah, I definitely post that joint. I'm like, yeah, my scale went in the water. I'm waiting for the mail to come. Due to the 4th of July, the mail got held up. But yeah, here go my fish. I can't submit it. Y'all still lighting up the screen, tapping the screen. I appreciate that. What time should I move down a little bit? Cause I still gotta take all the rods out the water. Any suggestions, y'all? Maybe I can leave one rod in the water. 615, 620 is all right. Maybe I can leave one rod in the water while I move the other two down and just open my spool so it don't get stuck. That sounds like a plan, don't it? Find a hole in the stairs. Ain't no holes big enough for my rod to fit in at this part. And if it is, the grass is the little seaweed grass shit blocking it. And it been a minute since I seen poison ivy, so I don't know what poison ivy looked like for real. For real. But I didn't walk down this way though. I checked down there. Is this one? Nope, that's closed off. Fuck it. I'll pull my rods out. I just moved down here because ain't no grass right here. And it's right at the edge of that water breaking. I wish I had I wish I had at least a rod holder with me. Cause I definitely could stick a rod holder somewhere. There's a spot I can stick a rod holder at, and I can use that joint, but I don't got no rod holders with me, so it is what it is. But let's try something real quick before I give up all hope. All right. Hey. Put them in the little anchor joints. And then what we gonna do is I'm gonna bring y'all right here And when I come back and grab these drones, y'all gonna tell me if they move. Oh, hold up, we gotta get both of them in camera. Yeah, y'all gonna tell me if they moved, and y'all gonna tell me which one. So both of the lines is open, so no matter what, the lines is gonna screen. You know what I mean? But all right, so the mic will disconnect when I walk away, y'all. Fish guys, please don't let nothing take my rods in the water that I can't get back. Y'all see I had to pray real quick. And when I get down there, I'm gonna automatically throw this bullhead out. All right, let me grab this chair. I ain't see them little anchor things. All right, that don't gotta go fully in there, or maybe it do because I don't want to rip my stuff. You care about your items, Derek. And then here come a fucking boat. He just smacked the shit out of his motor. Yeah, he definitely smacked the shit out of his motor. I heard that shit all the way from here. They got too many people sitting in the back. One of those people should be sitting up front. They definitely got too much weight in the back. Y'all should have seen me in my pocket clutching on a sinker. All right, y'all, we about to get down here real quick so I can come back and get my property. Laugh out loud, or it could be like my boat and has tilt and the throttle out, and he doesn't know how to tilt the. Yeah, cause now I ain't gonna hold you. It looked like the drone was tilted in the back, but like I was trying to tell y'all, when you come along this bank side, it's hella rocky. You literally have to shoot. you literally have to go out, come back down in, and it's like a little pocket you can shoot into. So look, so basically you see the outside of that joint right there. That'll be one of the safest parts to come in right here, and through this middle part right here. That'd be another safe spot to come into. But you run into a risk when you come in too close, because if somebody's out here fishing, you run into somebody's line. And the same thing goes down here with these little pockets. All these little ripples is nothing but pockets of rocks that sit up too high on the water level. You know what I mean? So in all reality, they think that they're safe coming into the bank like that, but they really not. Like, you know what I mean? And me personally, if I could see the pockets from standing above the water, you know what I mean? I don't know if they can see the pockets when they coming through. You should be holding her hand and you mad at her that she's walking in the street. On Front Street at that. She shouldn't even be behind you. Not in the workplace. To us, that spells neglect. Yo. Yo, that's how she said that shit and everything. I'm childish. Oh, my blue GG. Something hit this joint and y'all ain't tell me. It's cool. I'm gonna cut that bluegill. I'm gonna cut that bullhead up and put him on here. We still fishing. I don't care. We fishing until I say it's time to stop. Y'all just looking at me. My bad. By front, I'm on front. Yeah, I'm by McClay. Oh, I ain't even throw that rod out. I'm crazy. I'm glad I didn't though, cause I want to throw it in the middle now. Cause I gotta turn this live bait into cut bait. Alright. Come here, little buddy. Let me stop playing before he stabbed me. Yoink. Mm. Come on, bro. Uh-huh. Alright, so we gonna throw the tail on. That's crazy. We got 3 pieces out of him too. We gonna throw the tail on. This is gonna catch us a fish, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this joint too. And this is why I'm gonna show y'all why I like using the tail piece. Come here, little buddy. We gonna go right through your head like that. Go right through your body piece like that. That joint look just like an eel piece. Alright, so I'm gonna throw the tail piece on this side. But this is why I like using the tail. Oh, come here. You hook that joint just right. That joint is swimming the current like a fish is on that joint, my boy. And tell me that back part don't look like an eel. Pull my chair out. And I know y'all like, oh, here he go with this wiping his hands after he's spraying with this dirty ass rag. That's to get all the dirty stuff off first. Might as well get under your fingernails while you at it. Then we wipe our hands on our clean rag. And because the sun hiding, I don't even need this joint no more on the top of my head. Unless the sun come back out. You feel me? You dig me? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit this joint on the side of the cart. In hopes we don't forget it. Oh shit. shoot, y'all not even on the fishing rods. Why ain't y'all say nothing? Yo, look at that joint right there. That's a nice ass view. How you doing, Leanne? All right, y'all. What? We got the 640, and I'm ending this live, and I'm playing music. We got the initial bait in the out there, 640. We ended the live, and we playing music. I got my GoPro still on my chest, so anything we do catch, we still going to catch it. I do got two of the catches that I gotta upload when I get home, so we're gonna do that as well. Yeah, I believe so. Folks been catching a couple dinks, potential adults. You feel me? Um, Teenagers. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, the bite been kind of slow for real, for real. We got fish jumping though. It could be bass. But our fish 939 know what that means. Once the fish start jumping, they should be going to go look for the bait. You know what I mean? When they start jumping, that means they got something in the water that they attracted to. In my But like I said, I do think these little middle sections between these little rock beds is perfect fishing. Just because the fish may move out, they may use these to lay low in. Layla the Queen, Wesley. Hopefully, when I go bait fishing tonight, I catch some channels too. That'll put me up. We at 12.1K likes. Let's go. All right, y'all. We in the 9 minute mark. So we gonna get a early what's the word? Outro to we outside. So y'all already know it's your boy Got One Fishing 717, aka Derek. We in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on the Susquehanna River. I just want to say that I appreciate y'all for stopping through, showing me some love, tapping the screen, sending the gifts. You know what I mean? One thing for sure, and two things for certain. Your time you can't get back. So I appreciate you spending it with me. Uh, we did get 3 fish today, 11-pound channel and two unknown weights of 2 channels. You feel me? We lost one with the potential of catching at least 3 more. You know what I mean? So we gonna stay out here until I feel like going. I got the GoPro on my chest, and we're gonna be out here for a little bit while longer. I know I'm gonna want to go home, eat before I decide to go out and get beat. So you know what I mean, that's gonna happen. And then yeah, we're gonna get ready for tomorrow night for real. For hopefully we get on some bait for real. Anything other than that, like I said, I appreciate y'all for spending your time with me. I appreciate the gifts and the taps. But yeah, we're gonna rock out this last 8 minutes and tap that screen and tap and ride. You know what I mean? So it can go down. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Let's get y'all a farewell fish. You know what I mean? That was a lot to say. I don't normally say that. Farewell fish. Yeah, there you go. Let's get y'all one of those. So long. Farewell to you, my friend. Oh yeah, they definitely got bass junk. See now, if I was a bass fisherman, these little rapids is where I would want to post my boats up at. And right at the edge of it, and and fish into the rapids. You know what I mean, and retrieve out of it, cause that's where all the smallmouth is at for real, for real. You want me to be real, like they all in the little in between pockets are right there. If you ask me. I don't fish for smallmouth though, so like I mean I could be wrong, but I did see one jump in the middle of that water, so that's what gave me that assumption. Beast mode fishing 2022, what it do? Something steady out there jumping, man. Now this is where the worms and the bait rod will come in clutch at. You know what I mean? For those fish that's jumping out there, I know I can book it on the worm. I mean, 6-eye hook, worm, you know what I mean? Bait hook, worm, got his dumb ass. Well, that's a nice little hoodie. Yeah, everybody was mad at me. I had my dog in the Eagles jaw. I had my joint in the Eagles tee. Like, yeah, we bleed green over here. And she stayed with that joint on. Uh, uh. Is that a smudge on my phone? Why it's not coming off? What up, Nashville? 1989. He said, brother, He said, all right, yo, we got 4 minutes. We catch a fish in 4 minutes. I got y'all with 60 push-ups, cuz. If not, y'all gonna just miss a workout. Yo. Pop know I'm a good sportsman. I like a good competition. The Cowboys and the Eagles always got a good game, no matter if it go either way. The Cowboys and the Eagles always have a good game. I remember us and the Giants used to have good games. Now it's either we gonna win, they might win, or we gonna smack them both games. You know what I mean? We're gonna see what they hitting for this year, though. The Commanders, you know what I mean? The Commanders been giving us a little headache. Just bite the hook, my guy. I'm about to go get me a bass set up. Oh, I'm not. I'm lying. Don't listen to me. Pop can't get right. You joined at a good time, but at the wrong time. We ending alive in 3 minutes. But we did got 3 fish on the bank, 11 pound flathead, and 2 unknown size channels, you know what I mean? But one was a good eater, one was a perfect eater, you know what I mean, between that 3 and 4 pound range, you know what I mean? Is that a little mist I feel? That sound like thunder in the distance. What the flying birds? I'm about to start saying that. What the flying birds? Go birds. When y'all start hearing that on live, don't be mad at me. In all, today was a good day. You know what I mean? I caught a flatty. I caught 2 fish back to back when I came out here after I got done with all my business. You feel me? You know what I mean? So I take that. You know what I mean? But I would accept one more to go, you know what I mean, to get up out of here with one more would be love. Well, one more fish would definitely be love, and I get clean. I'm lying. I definitely throw my rod back in, but I think about getting out of here soon. We got 60 seconds, and we are out. We're gonna bite the dust. Once again, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, showing love. You know what I mean? The gifts, the taps. You know what I mean? I appreciate every bit of it. I appreciate y'all time spent with me. It's your boy Got One Fishing 717. We're gonna catch y'all on the next live. We're gonna go get some bait tonight.